Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. If that's the day you happen to be watching this video, and you usually watch these videos on Sunday, happy Monday. I appreciate y'all your patience. Um, Yesterday, I was just not really in the schedule to a self-imposed schedule to fit this tarot card reading in. But I did spend some time with my family. We played dominoes. We really like that game. Um, and yeah, just hung out and stuff in the backyard and played with Gypsy and all that. Anyway, um, I appreciate your patience. Happy Monday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to me and Tarot Card Puppy Banjo's weekly tarot card reading and drawing. I got my sketchbook here. Well, underneath it's right here. Um, Today, usually I like to match Banjo. He doesn't have a lot of t-shirts, but he does have some. Today he's wearing a t-shirt my mom got from HEB, and it says "Mommy's Fur Pup." No, Mommy's Fur Baby, and it has a little a paw print on it. And it's in the color light blue, and he looks really cute. I have this mama pup dog, as you can see, and Banjo has his fur baby shirt. So that's how I thought we matched today. Um, anyway, last week's video was a little long. I don't know about y'all. Obviously, y'all know I don't have access to the comments section of my YouTube videos. But I was like looking over it and I was like, this is way too long. I just felt like it was, sometimes you don't mind the long video. As like somebody who watches YouTube a lot, you don't mind a long video. You said, that's fine. I'll have it in the background and doing other stuff or whatever. But I thought that it was just a little too long and a little bit too like, I don't even think people want to have this in the background. This is the vibe I got. So I'm going to try to shorten it and condense it and not talk so much about each individual card is my goal. I said, well, that was way too long. I think I really need to shorten it. Right there. I'm going to see if he's going to get a well up. I was like, he's this t-shirt. He looks so cute. Yes, I do. Anyway, our t-shirts match today. Okay, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start this tarot card reading if that's okay with y'all. So I was thinking about doing the 5-card spread, and if you been following these tarot card videos, you know that I really like this influences idea of the influences card. And so I was thinking about doing the 5-card spread and having it hidden and outside influence, those 2 cards. But I think I'm going to have one for the past, a hidden and outside influence, and one for the future, a hidden and outside influence. So it's a 5-card spread plus 4 cards, so a 9-card spread, but it's the 5-card spread. And if you're wondering, I smudged before this video. I don't really have room for a candle. The only I could put a candle right here, but I got my bowl, my coffee. I've got some more shells and stuff over here. So I smudged instead. If you're wondering, I decorated this myself. I put it together. I didn't buy it at a store. What I did buy was, I guess I did buy the rocks, this flower, and this jar. It was a, I need to put more water in it. This jar was, I got with a smoothie. I bought a smoothie, I think like 4 years ago. I've had this for a while. I bought a smoothie, and I also bought a shot, a juice shot. And this was like really nice. Oh, it was a nice place. It was over on near Olmos Park. I forget the name of it. Anyway, but it's like a nice glass thing, and I thought it was just such a fancy little like a presentation for a juice shot. So I kept it, and I just happened to have this these little rocks and this little fake flower. So I have it on my desk here. I don't think I showed y'all that yet. Anyway, yeah. Smudged with a wooden stick. I think I'm getting better at not using the word smudge when it's not a sage stick. It was a stick, a wooden stick, but the sage stick I didn't use. I smudged with something that's different than the sage stick. And so it has a nice pleasant aroma here in this tarot card environment. Okay. And if you're wondering, I have these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little. I don't know what you call them, gems. And I have several more. I put them in this little like key dish or something. And I just feel like showing y'all stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to keep it short, which is not really too short, but kind of short. But anyway, I have a lot more, and I put them by my TV because you know how they say. Well, not how you know how they say, but you know they say less screen time. I guess TV is also included in that, and so I put the other gems, the stones that I have. I put them by my TV. You know. Anyway. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get started. And I'm gonna have to reference the book again. I hope that's not too much of a bother for you. So yeah, I guess kind of through the window. It's so cute on the side. And I don't know, I just thought it would be cool to have those hidden influences in the past and future. I just thought that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this reading started. The Star of Pride. A blue dragon, dare I say a turquoise dragon. Major Arcana deck card. Upright, obviously a really pleasant meaning. A star in the past. We're very a good start to this reading today. Trying to find your true magnetic north. Um, the star is, oh, a blue water dragon. I should have remembered that. Realization, hope, and inspiration. Um, so obviously, this blue water dragon is surrounded, is in a very happy place, with all of these waterfalls and the the filling the water pot. The pot slips out of the dragon's hands into the stream, while the blue water dragon is having this moment of inspiration. Um, this was like another card that I was reading, and I forget which one it was. Anyway, so obviously very pleasant. This is a really great card, just a very pleasant card. Upright, it's super positive, no question, no, things seem to be very straightforward. Our past, we seem to have a really pleasant past as far as uh, I don't know, pleasant as in like I guess connected to the universe. Um, I don't want to say that everything was positive all the time, but I just remembered that I needed. My mom and Tracer are going to the store and I forgot something on the list. Anyway, the star is just a really happy card to have, especially upright. And for our past, not to say that, uh, to denote that even though there might have been hardships in our past, we've handled them with grace and we've grown from our hardships. There's something not everybody can say, right? And just yeah, we've learned our life lessons, and maybe not everything was completely pleasant, but you know, uh, sometimes knowing the unpleasant sides of life just makes the pleasant parts of life that much better. Um, so I guess we can do the hidden and outside influences after I go through the spread. So yeah, let's continue on to the second card, which is the present. Four of Cups. Another really great card. This is reunion with friends. Um, and the cups is the water element, obviously. So I would say presently, maybe we have a lot of inspiration going on with our support system and the positive people in our lives, um, which is great. Yeah. Oh no, it's not reunion with friends. It's introduction to friends. Let's see. Oh, reaching out for new friendships. The reunion with friends is Three of Cups. Um, so this is very interesting. This upright Four of Cups, reaching out for new friendships. Um, you see there's three dragons on the rock, and then this one dragon, I guess, reaching out, or maybe the three dragons are reaching out to that one dragon. I don't know. Um, Reaching out for new friendships, I guess is a positive thing. Um, Me being your tarot card reader, I can see a lot of downfalls in, not downfalls, but just a lot of precautions in maybe reaching out for new friends. And so I'm wondering exactly what the environment and what the expectations are, the social structure for this presently, what we have of this Four of Cups. I got, you know, um, so yeah, this Four of Cups, reaching out for new friends. Overall, at first glance, can be a good thing. But again, I am a tarot card reader, and I would say there is room for being a bit precautious about expectations and what that could mean. So let's see the obstacle today. Four of Coins. The obstacle is wanting to get money together. You see this dragon's on the floor. He's looking up at the coins, and this dragon is thinking, how do I get money together? And being the City of Coins, it's strictly with the work and job and material and financial conditions. Being the earth element. Sometimes the earth element can mean several things. In the dog tarot, the earth element is very different than this dragon tarot earth element, but that's okay. We're doing the dragon tarot right now, and yeah, wanting to get money together. I got it right. Anyway, so yeah, we just have this dragon contemplating on the floor. I think this is a very interesting position for the dragon. This is an obstacle, which I think is very interesting. We've got the 4 and the 4. The star is the 17th card in the minor arcana deck, which is actually the 18th, because, or in the major arcana deck, because the major starts with 0. The first card is 0 and the second card is 1. So the star is actually the 18th card, but it's the 17th numbered. If you happen to be in numerology, I don't know. Yeah, so it's interesting. We have the 4 and the 4, and obviously there's a lot of dragons here, and just this one here. And being in the obstacle position, I think that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and continue to the advice and solution. The reversed 5 of Cups. This is very interesting. Got another water dragon, obviously. Disillusionment if you rely on the commitments of others. Very interesting. We've got this emotional kind of thing going on. And then now that I look at it, it's kind of like this dragon, this 5 of Cups. I think maybe we talked about it maybe last week or maybe before. It's kind of interesting. This dragon is kind of swimming away from the mountains over there. So there might be this opportunity of maybe somebody talking behind your back or something like that. This 4 of Cups and then 5 of Cups, I think is very interesting. I think there might be 2 things going on. One emotional and one financial. Because like I said, in this Dragon Tarot, this earth element of coins or pentacles, it's called coins in the Dragon Tarot, but it might be hard to tell, but each one has the pentacle symbol there. So yeah, this might maybe something with our hidden and outside influences going on. But I think these cups might be certain something going on, and then this wanting to get money together is maybe a separate issue. Seeing as in this Dragon Tarot, this earth element of the coins is a separate issue, not emotional and strictly material and financial and career, and nothing to do a different box and separate from this cups and water element here. So I guess the obstacle this week is not going to be um, emotional. It's not going to be of the water element. I think this may be reaching out for new friendships, whatever that environment and social expectation may be. This Five of Cups reversed, I think, is not so bad. Maybe it's more of being proactive than reactive with this kind of disillusionment if you rely on the commitment of others. I think this people talking behind your back and stuff like that, either talking behind your back or backstabbing, a kind of situation going on with this, what seems like a friendship. Um, I think is really interesting. Um, and as far as the advice and solution, I imagine the advice and solution again to be a bit proactive and maybe creating a situation and not just kind of having the situation happen to you and have to emotionally accept and process and all that. Um, so I think that's going on. And the obstacle is this Four of Coins. And so I think um, uh, yeah, wanting to get money together, that's probably it could at a lot of times could be stressful, but sometimes that can mean a lot of things. It could mean timing. It could mean the motivation to do all these things. Um, and so maybe it's in the obstacle position, not because again it's an obstacle for us, but something a bit more positive. I want to say kind of parallels this kind of proactive, kind of reversed Five of Cups here. But yeah, this Four of Coins and the obstacle wanting to get money together, I think is overall probably very positive and probably a sense of accomplishment and pride and all that. And so as far as it being an obstacle, again, I want to, as a tarot card reader, I really want this to be a very positive sign that this Four of Coins is in the obstacle position and not negative whatsoever. So let's see the future and outcome of the Sun. 19, it's the star, the moon, and then the sun. Think a red dragon, right? You got sunflowers, you have Stonehenge. This dragon's wings is holding the lion's mane and the lion's head. Usually associated with Leo, zodiac sign. So this is very interesting. We have our past and our future, both major arcana deck cards, and both with hidden and outside influences. This Sun upright is very promising. I'm going to look up the meaning really quick. Growth and harmonious development in all aspects of life. That's just really great. Considering all aspects of life, we see so far we see the water and the earth element, but the air and the fire element are also, it's the four elements, right? Which should encompass, at least in tarot, all aspects of our life. Um, and fire is, well, let me look up on here what it says. Energy, action, and power. The air is states of mind and states of conflict. So yeah. Oh, a red fire dragon. This is very interesting. Our past and future seem to be very harmonious, very in tune, extremely positive cards to get, especially considering their major arcana deck cards. This yin yang symbol, which usually is not often associated in tarot with the sun, major arcana deck card, but I think it's really interesting here, and an interesting added element here in this Dragon Tarot. This yin yang symbol represented here as a eternal change, which is constantly happening. If you're have any sort of science background, that statement probably just clicks for you. There's a lot of constants, but there's always change, and adaptation to your environment and stuff like that is important, and a survival a skill that we all have at a cellular level. Kind of matches my makeup Instagram reel today, but anyway, extremely positive spread. This water element is, I think, primarily with the friendship, which I think is promising. It's if you're in a relationship, I think that's a good sign. Probably with this star and sun card, it seems like your relationship maybe this week might not be messed with in negative forces or whatever. And yeah, so let's see what our hidden and outside influences are. In our past, our hidden influence is the reversed Ace of Wands. This is a new initiative. This is very interesting. We get this reversed today. I'm gonna show y'all this card right, because it's on the box right here on the back, and I just thought it was so cool. This little dragon being a little alchemist or scientist or something in his little laboratory. Anyway, yeah, this dragon is a new initiative, and he's got the globe right here. I think it's interesting. As far as the color of the dragon, kind of looks like a gray dragon, but I'm not sure. We've got a crystal, and we've got on the book is a little coin, a pentacle, earth element symbol. We have a little water there, and of course we have the fire. Oh, we have the Big Dipper. I never noticed that. He's got the Big Dipper constellation there. But anyway, a new initiative reversed. I think that's very interesting, especially given that our past card is the Star. It is a fire element. I think the Star, I can't remember the elements. I think the elements are just mainly in the Crow Tarot, but I really like the idea of having elements for the major arcana deck cards. It was a water element, I think, with I think it's a water element. There's in the cat tarot and the crow tarot. Um, and I think even in the dog tarot, it's the dog's near a water bowl. There's water in all those tarot card decks. So I'm guessing it's a water element. So this reversed Ace of Wands, the aces can represent the beginning of things, the or kind of purity of an element. And you say, well, what do you mean by that? Purity as far as non-complex. It can be purity as far as like what is it called? Corruption. I say corruption, but I feel like that's probably not the right word, being a tarot card video. But purity as far as I guess intention, and also simplicity. Sometimes things can get complex and be a lot of moving parts, but sometimes I would imagine like Einstein's, what is it, the speed of light or something? E equals mc squared. That seems really just very quite simple for whatever it is he's trying to. Is it theory of relativity that's E equals mc squared? Anyway, something that's kind of simple, right? Something that's, you're talking about these really complex things, and you can break it down and simplify it into something that's just like E equals mc squared or something like that. You know what I mean? So for it to be reversed today, there is a question mark with it, this Ace of Wands. That's our hidden influence. So I think that's interesting. I don't want to say it's something really bad. A new initiative. I think maybe it goes with this Four of Cups here. Maybe getting new friends. As your tarot card reader, maybe it's not the most appropriate time and environment to maybe be making new friends, or reaching out to new people. Yeah, and it could be for you, and maybe it could be like for your friends or something that you already have. So let's go ahead and see the outside influence. The Five of Swords reverse. This is very interesting. The Five of Swords, much like the Star card, kind of has the same meaning throughout all these different tarot card decks. This kind of conflict resolution, confrontation type meaning. This one is a crossed swords and a parting of ways. So I think this is really interesting. We have our Major Arcana deck card here, and our hidden and outside influences are kind of a bit, I don't want to say negative, especially with this Dragon Tarot. Sometimes what we first think of as negative is considering the what a dragon can represent, not necessarily negative, just challenging. So we have a new initiative, question mark, crossed swords and a parting of ways, question mark, which is very similar to the other my other tarot card decks, the crow, the cat, and the dog. The Five of Swords is about conflict and conflict resolution, and sometimes there is a compromise of that conflict, and sometimes there's not. So I think it's interesting we get this fire and air element here. And as far as it being the past, and as far as our past being the star, you know, I would say it's not really that big of a deal. Maybe just something that you have on your resume, not really something to worry so much about. the experience that you have, meaning that maybe somebody who's trying to get away with something is not going to be so adept at doing so, because we have this experience of this reversed Ace of Wands and reversed Five of Swords. Okay, so now let's see our hidden and outside influences for our future. Our hidden influence for our future is the Queen of Wands. This is an absolutely great card to get, especially considering all this kind of moon and water element here. I say that because the Queen is feminine. The Queen of Wands is a woman of leadership. We have this red dragon. She's got the Egyptian symbol for eternal life, right? I think that's what that is. And pyramids. So we have a very positive hidden influence with our future, and I think it really very comfortable matches well, which is very harmonious. We've got this wand and fire element with the sun here, both upright. So there's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of energy, a lot of I guess efficiency. You know, when things are kind of, you're not in your element, you kind of have to get used to things, but this Queen of Wands here is definitely in her element, and I think it's interesting that hidden fire element here. So let's see our outside influence. The Nine of Cups. Well, this is just great. The Nine of Cups is upright, is a celebration of life. You see, he looks like a seahorse, I think, this dragon, in the waterfall. So I think our past, if we have any sort of conflict resolution going on or not going on in our past, I think we're definitely going to see that in our future, in a very happy way. This is a really pleasant tarot card spread we have today. Wanting to get money together, but that's a positive trait and attribute today for our tarot card, this week for our tarot card reading. Our only problems might be reaching out for new friends, and but as far as any sort of precautions and stuff, we have the necessary knowledge, wisdom, and experience to understand and not fall to the traps of what could be disillusionment when depending on the commitment of others. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you all this this reading. Very, very pleasant. Nothing bad. So that's great. So we have the past and the future. Okay, so I'll go ahead and see y'all in part 2 of Banjos and I's tarot card reading, part 2 drawing, and yeah, I'll see y'all in part 2.